Hello, this is Sappers Unscripted. Obviously, you know that because you're watching this. And it says it right there in the corner, there, somewhere, there. Yeah, how's it, everybody? Firstly, people that aren't subscribed, you just hit that subscribe button. Lekker. Doesn't cost you anything. We love it. How are you guys?
Good, good. Talking about the squad traveling to Argentina. Interesting squad, a lot of talking points, I feel. But overall, feeling good. Not excited that there's no rugby this weekend. Our whole life is based around, our whole joy and happiness is based around seeing our teams play. So it's a sad day at the office when we have a Saturday and there's no ruggas. Just feels like a wasted Saturday.
Yeah, all good. Moving on with life. Like you said, no rugby this weekend, which sucks, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm keen to talk about the squad because I feel like, just in a brief nutshell, I think they've made a couple, or not a couple, they made a lot of good choices in the squad, in my opinion. I think there's a good balance in the squad, if I could say that.
Yeah.
So yeah, keen to get into it.
I think for once we're all going to actually agree that it's a good with a good squad. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the squad, but obviously this afternoon when we were looking for a topic, we posted an article that we knew that's the squad that's going over, and then later today, actually like an hour ago, I read that Steven Kitshoff might go for next year.
I heard this, yeah.
Because Brett, we spoke about it once, and we were like, okay, well, we might actually see Kitsy feature in the All Blacks test, right? And then we said, no, okay, maybe, well, he'll definitely feature against Argentina. And I was so surprised not to see his name, and I didn't even know about this news that you just broke. So that's crazy, because I was wondering, like, why would you get drawn into an All Black squad, but then not for the Argentina one? Like, that's just crazy to me, but Kitsy out again. I mean, if he's going for neck surgery, you can count him out for the start of the URC at least as well.
So it's probably a year, and I also saw something that said it could possibly be a career-ending injury.
Yes, but that you read on Super Rugby, and that guy that posted on Super Rugby is an idiot.
Yeah, but all neck injuries have the possibility to be career-ending. Let's be real.
I get that, but I read from the I went on the Stormers page, the Supersport page, and SA Rugby magazine page, and they're all saying that no surgery is confirmed. Could just be a 4-week, get the what's it called, the stiffness out before they even call. Because apparently on Saturday when he was watching the Bok game, he was fine. It's just when he scrummed, he felt a bit pain. So he's fine, he's mobile, nothing's wrong with him, but just when he's scrumming, it's a bit sore. And they did confirm that he is out for the start of the URC and potentially the November tours to Europe. But that's pretty much
how did it happen? Did it happen in like the warm-ups to the All Blacks game?
No, the scrum against the Griquas. In the game, when the one scrum collapsed, he hurt his neck. But he carried on playing and everything. So it's like a delayed injury.
Okay, fair enough.
I hope he heals up. I don't want to see Kitsy gone for too long.
Okay, Brett, take us into the squad.
Representation.
Boys, Johan Grobler back in. Like, I kind of, when I look at the squad, because we're probably going to do a predicted lineup, so I don't want to do a predicted lineup, but I can kind of see what we're going to put out on the field. Like, I've got a fair idea, and I don't think it's bad at all. But the big question is, do we believe that the squad that we chose, this squad is surely strong enough to take on the Pumas in Argentina and get the job done, right? Or do we have a bit of doubts to some degree with some players?
No, I'm not. I don't have any doubts. Like, obviously, look, we've always said that Marnie's a good player, right? But I still don't doubt him to get a job done against Argentina. Yes, Argentina can have the potential to be a very good side. But I feel like we could beat Argentina without needing to get the kicks over, if that makes sense. Like, that's realistically... So, and who knows, Marnie could have a field day. He really could. You never know. He could get every kick over. I'm not saying that he's going to miss everything.
Revan, I'm going to totally disagree with you. You know why?
Are you backing Marnie? Are you not backing Marnie?
He's not taking the kicking duties, because there is going to be an inside center with the name.
I personally think it's going to be
You think it's going to be and Moody, right?
No, Amin Krill.
I'm going with Marnie at the 10. Predicted lineup. Marnie at the 10, right? Andre Pollard at 12 and Lukania Am at outside center. I think we'll see that. And Andre takes the kicking duties.
Sure. I disagree. I think Marnie's on the bench. Pollard's going to start with I'm at 12 and Creel at 13. Because that's how they listed the squad. They said the centers that are going are these two. The fly-offs that are going are these two. The halfback lines that are going are these three. I don't know why we're taking 3 bloody scrum-offs.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 scrum-offs. I mean, obviously they just wanted to give players rest. So they just
but in the World Cup we took 4 or 5. So, I'm not even surprised with us taking 3.
Yeah, but like like I said, whether Marnie starts or not, I don't think there needs to be a concern there, because I feel like he can boss the play in the in play is what I'm trying to say. So I'm stumbling on my words here. And I also think I'd like to see Ben Jason Dixon again. Really want to see him get back up and running. So it's good to see him going. And yeah, I'm super happy with the squad. Yeah.
I kind of think like it's a good thing for Ben Jason Dixon that Pieter-Steph du Toit is not there, right? Like with Pieter-Steph du Toit kind of doing all the work, Ben Jason Dixon knows he's got big boots to fill now, and he kind of needs to step up into that Pieter-Steph to tackle role. Like Pieter-Steph did all the work for Ben Jason Dixon, and he found himself a bit lost, right? But now you have Ben Jason Dixon that can literally go out and play like he plays for the Stormers. Just running into people, smashing people, chasing after that ball like a little Jack Russell. I kind of think it suits him perfectly. And just to add to that, I want to see Jasper Wiese still get that 8 jersey. I want to get him match fit for that final game. I'll play him at 8 this game, and then when we travel back, play him at 8 again. He's been brilliant.
Yeah, I do, however, think that if Ben Jason Dixon fails again, we won't see him in a box jersey for a very long time. I feel like that
because he's got competition.
Yeah. Besides that, this is his chance to be the second option, and I think that if he has another shocker like he did and gets subbed in the first half, we won't see him again, because Rassie's literally giving him a lifeline now, saying that you effed up. We do see your potential, so this is your chance now. And I don't think they're going to take it lightly on him. He's going to be watched like a hawk in that game, I think.
Yeah, but is that kind of fair, right? Because he was brilliant until literally one game, right? Every player has one very off game. Like, how many times have we not said here and said, for instance, Faf de Klerk has been the worst player on the field for how many games, yet he still gets backed, right? Like, do we think there's a bit of surely there's a bit of favoritism in the Springboks as well, right?
Yes.
Like, because he's a new guy, he was brilliant before that one game. Eh?
There's favoritism every side you go from. Whatever level it is, there will always be some kind of favoritism. It's just how life works, because it's natural human instinct. But I feel like Rassie is probably one of the coaches who has, I mean, you could see he has his regulars, but his regulars are there for a reason. They're not there because they're his favorites, you know. Like, you could say Rassie may have a favorite here and there, and that's cool. But realistically, like, I think Ben Jason Dixon will perform. I think he's a professional sportsman, and I'm going to back the guy. And yes, some guys have it. They have that BMT when they step up when it matters, and South Africans built for that. So I truly believe he will he will get over the line perfectly.
He'll be
fine.
up for the fight because he's going up against big names, right? He's going up against Pablo Matera. He's going up against Marcos Kremer. He's going up against Juan Martin Gonzalez. Those are big names, right? Those are all workhorses, and he'll want to stand out above them. My question, Brett, I'll come straight to you. Do you think Argentina sees this squad of us and it either goes two ways. They don't know what to expect or they are licking their lips. Which one do you think they're going for?
They're not licking their lips at all. I think they know that this side let's say, for example, the side that played against Australia in the second test, they know that this side, they are all defense gurus in the side. They know that it's going to be a tough battle. They know that a guy like Ben Jason Dixon is hungry for a good performance, but they also know that they currently have the second best loose trio in the competition. So if they feel like they're going to win it somewhere, I think it's going to be their loose forwards outshining everyone else.
Yeah.
So it's a catch-22, a bit of both.
The good thing is, I feel like with the squad that's been sent there, it's a very good mixture of guys that aren't regulars and guys with a lot of experience as well. So I feel like there'll be enough balance in the side to get us over the line, and not like I don't think it will be like a similar team to Australia in the second test. I truly believe it will be a mixture of what we saw against the All Blacks and what we saw again in that second test. I just think there has to be a balance, and because obviously we know going to Argentina is like you might get Argentina at their worst or you might get them at their best. You know, you don't know what you're going to get, so it has to be taken seriously. So yeah, I'm glad that they've gone with a lot of experience as well in the squad.
Yeah, obviously they're coming off this massive victory over the Wallabies. But I'm just thinking, like, that Wallabies defense was absolutely nowhere. Like, they were nowhere. And, like, surely the Argentinians won't look into that too much, like saying, listen, look how many points we can put over this Wallabies team. Because the South African team has always been renowned for their defense, right? Like, we kept the All Blacks for the first time in, 5 years? No, 6 years. I think, 2018 since they've last gone without scoring a try in a match, right? That just tells you the defensive effort of the boys. And I think these boys that are playing the first game in Argentina, they'll be even more hungry than the guys playing the final game because they know they have a point to prove, right?
Yeah.
So I get a sneaky feeling if we win both, which is obviously my prediction, that we win the first one in Argentina more comfortably than we'll win the second one at home. Just because these boys, they know what to prove. And I just think kind of the way that Argentina plays, the way that this backline can move and stuff, obviously we've gone for a bit more fluidity. We can put on more points on them. And I think these boys are hungry in defense, so they'll not concede as much. This might be very biased, but I just get that sneaky feeling.
I tend to completely agree with you, especially if I give a predicted team in my head. Like, the balance, I think, is perfect. The fact that Sia has gone over makes me a little bit more confident that Salman Murat is not going to be the captain. Means that Sia will be the captain. Better decisions will be made. I feel like Marks has to start because he's going against Montoya, which is their captain, which is a must. I feel like Thomas du Toit has to start. Either loose or tight head, don't care where. He can play both. But I do feel like I agree with you that a Jasper Wiese needs to start at 8 for the continuity. Reinach has to start possibly with Pollard. Yeah, and I think that if and Creel are the centers, I think it's going to be a very entertaining game. And we know that Rassie will be the fullback because the Argentine team is just going to bomb, and he's going to catch the ball and do absolutely nothing with it after that. So then it's going to be...
How many tests is Willie on? Is he on 98? Was he on 99?
98.
So do they put him, obviously, in this game so he can get 99 and then get 100 at home? Oh, is he not in the squad? I didn't see that bottom. Oh, that's shocking. So he's gonna get his 100th in the Northern Hemisphere. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow. That's that. I would have been like Rassie. Why, man? Could have at
Brevin,
least given me
do you
something.
agree with Brett that the likes of Malcolm Marx starts? Because I'm a bit on the fence with it. Maybe because I'm thinking maybe we go the same as we did against the Wallabies in that second test, where like kind of the experienced guys are on the bench just for in case you need them. They're not going to come on as early necessarily as they did. Kind of just there to save the match if you need them to. Or are you fully with Brett in terms of Malcolm starts, maybe Gerrit Steenekamp gets his first start with Thomas de Toy on the right-hand side?
I prefer to see Mark start because I just feel like if we want to, I don't want to. The reason I say this is I don't want to keep this a close game going into the second half or going into 60 minutes, and then we have to bring on experience to get the job done. I want to blow the Argentinians out the water and then let the bench come on and just finish the job off with no pressure, you know? Like, that's personally what I would want. I don't think we need to back ourselves a bit more than to just say, let's hang on with these guys for 60 minutes and then take over. So I think Malcolm needs to start. I think Grobbelaar will do a perfect job off the bench because it's going to be loose play and he's a fantastic fetcher. So there's two fetchers with Mark starting, Grobbelaar coming off the bench, two fetchers, no problem there. So yeah, I'm happy with Marks to start. I mean,
does Kwagga get another chance in the starting lineup?
No.
I hope not.
Just put him on the bench straight away.
Yeah.
That makes Kwagga's 49th game, and his 50th game will be at home if he's in the squad for the second Argentine test. But I just want to add that after the performance Malcolm Marx put on against the All Blacks in that second test, I feel like he thoroughly deserves a start.
It's about time.
Yeah, of course. He's just been getting better and better and better. We feel literally last weekend it felt like we saw prime Malcolm Marx again. The Malcolm Marx that we've all been calling the best hooker in the world for how long. So, yeah, obviously, I don't want to play Malcolm Marx every single game for as long as possible. But obviously, that's not the reality of the way that Rassie chooses the squads or anything. Do we see any surprise entries? Do we maybe see Jaden and Kobus as the pairing for the nines as the starting and bench, or do we think Grant Williams gets another start with Jaden on the bench again? How do we see this playing out?
Obviously, I want Kobus to start. I mean, that's just what I would do. But I've got this feeling that it's going to happen, and we're going to see Jaden in. I think we're going to see Jaden starting. Not my cup. Look, he did well. He did well off the bench.
Red wants to cry.
I'll give him his credit. I think he did a good job in making like a seamless transition between Grant Williams and Jaden. I felt like there was no like shift of energy when he came on. But yeah, I think Kobus is better. No, I just think he should be the one. But yeah,
he came on, and at no point I really felt like I wanted to break the TV or anything. Like, he just kind of did his job, which is fair enough. Brett, are you on the same wavelength? I know you don't want to see it, but do you think we're gonna see it?
So I initially, when I looked at the squad, I thought that, and this is gonna be completely wrong, I know, because the guy won't go with just to sit on the sidelines. I thought that it's going to be a Reinach starting with Jaden on the bench and Grant Williams on the wing, and not Mapimpi.
Yeah, but we've got Arendse, Mapimpi, and Kainan Moody, and you're not going to put Grant Williams on the wing, would you?
No, we don't. No,
Kainan's there.
Arendse's there.
Kirkley's there, is he not?
Yeah, he is. I've literally got the squad right here. There. Curtly Arendse.
Oh, I didn't see that. I just saw Mapimpi and Moody.
Kainan Moody, yeah. Curtly Arendse is there. You see, but that kind of also takes away from my thing where I said Pollard will start at 12. Because then, surely you play Arendse. And then when you have Kainan Moody that just came back, surely you want to give him a second game. And Mapim's always, when he's in the squad, he usually gets selected as well. Like, there's no freebies, really. But I want to see Aronson Moody. Aronson Moody. Just give me that. Give me Lucanio at outside centre, which he actually is, and Pollard at 12. If you want to test the Pollard thing at 12, give them the full game at 12. Have Jesse Kriel on the bench if you want to later on switch Pollard back to 10 jersey, or just take Pollard off for Lucanio moving inside and then Kriel off the bench. But Kriel needs a break as well. Like, the guy's been playing for how many games in a row now?
Yeah, but he's a finely tuned athletic machine. That doesn't need a rest.
Yeah, 0% body fat.
Yeah.
Literally.
I feel like I like actually what you just said, because I don't think Mapimpi is the right guy for now. I don't think he should be a Bok anymore. I think he needs to make way for the rest.
Yeah, it is time to move on. Not necessarily because I think Mapimpi's also had one of his better seasons. Like at the Sharks, I was actually impressed with some of his general play. Like, I thought he was very good under the eyeball. He was very good on defense. We know he doesn't have the best step or anything. Like, he's not going to break a gap out of absolutely nowhere. He's a prime finisher, right? Like, he's great at finishing. But just the age thing, like, it's time for us to start moving on to the future. And Kainan Moody is a young guy, but he's got some experience. So just keep playing him. Give him that confidence back. He's just come back from injury. Kurtley Aronson literally just got knocked out. Get him match fit for that final game against the RGs. So that it's an obvious choice, in my opinion, to have Kainan Moody and Kurtley Aronson, and then you play Lucanio in his actual position, and then we want to test this thing with Pollard at 12. So don't bring it off the bench. Play it from the start, and if you see it doesn't work, change it up. Right? That's my thought process around it.
Yeah, not a bad shout. Not a bad shout.
It isn't a bad shot, actually. Like you said, if you want to test the Pollard thing properly, you would have to start him. But the thing is, right, why? I mean, obviously it's just for backup, because why would we test Pollard at 12? Like, what is the purpose of it?
Because
just for backup?
Because Marnie is probably our best 10 in terms of just controlling the game and creativity-wise.
No, Sasha will do a better job.
Yeah, he will do, but Marnie is still great, right? Like, if Sasha gets injured, do you just go Pollard at 10, or do you want to give yourself another option with the creativity? If you play the likes of Scotland again, right, Marnie will boss a game against Scotland. He will boss a game against Argentina. The only thing that kind of just keeps Marnie out of the team is his goal kicking. And if you can take that pressure off him and you just say, listen, play your game, give your cross kicks, you can attack the game line. Like, Marnie is a great 10. Like, remember how we were all raving for Marnie to get that 10 jersey for the Boks literally right before the World Cup. We can't forget how good he is. Just because he was bad at kicking, people think he's a bad 10 all of a sudden. Brevin, I'm not saying you think that, but I'm just saying, like, he's got so much to offer in that 10 jersey, and we shouldn't forget that. He has nothing to offer.
He does. So in a game like this, obviously, my choice would be to start. Goodness gracious me.
Marnie.
What's Marnie? Been a long day, boys. I would always start with Marnie in a game like this, because I feel like he's got more than enough talent to boss it. Like, that's why I said I would start with him. But like, it's just this thing with Pollard. I just don't know. I'd rather test an at 12, like, realistically. But then again, I don't know. I just feel like if Pollard has a role these days, it's probably to come off the bench or to bring experience into a starting lineup. So, yeah, look, I'm keen to see it. It could completely work, and we could now say he's that option off the bench which he already is, but plays 10 and 12. So if Damien gets injured, Pollard can slot in there. So, like you said, you want to give him more time in that position. So start with it. So, yeah, and like you said, as much as Jesse doesn't need a rest, I think it's good for anyone to have a rest, you know. So, yeah, we'll see what happens.
We also need to remember that in 2022, when Stormers won the URC, Marnie Lebok was the best kicker in the whole competition. So it's still in him to be an 80+% kicker. If he can just find that back, then what then? Then we have the best headache in the world, because then we got 3 high-quality fly-offs. Because the only thing that's not making him a high-quality fly-off is his percentage went from 85% to 65%.
Yeah, if not even less. Yeah, but we've gone from the box. When you look back at it, like, yeah, we've had a couple of quality tens, but not really the best tens. When you look at in world rugby, if Monty can sort out his kicking, we've got 3 of the best tens in the world, right? Like, imagine having that as a headache, right? But I'm thinking, like, remember how the All Blacks just bossed Argentina, not by keeping the game tight or beating them physically. Obviously, they did do that, but they spread them from one side to the other side, just have them running ragged. And literally, our best team to do that is Mani, because I think his kicks out of the hands the best. I think his pass is the best, and I think he offers. Okay, well, Sasha offers a lot on the running attack, obviously, but Mani also offers you that. I just think when you're playing against Argentina or Scotland or something like that, where you want to run them wild, Mani is your perfect player to actually go ahead and do that. And I think he'll have an absolutely brilliant game against the Argies. I really believe that if he gets that 10 jersey and they say, listen, okay, Pollard, you might take the kick at in that 12 jersey, he'll flourish. He'll do great.
You sound like somebody's about to argue with you. Nobody's going to argue with you. Just stay calm. We agree with you.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fine. Fine.
Yeah, but I do think that I'd like to see maybe a Moody get a chance at 15. If Mapimpi does start, I'd like to see Moody at 15, see what he can do there. Because I think he's one of those players that will do well at wing, obviously, 13 and 15. And I'd like to see that. Obviously, I don't think it will happen. It's just, if I was in Rassie's shoes right now, that's the call I'd make.
What if we had a Mapimpi on the bench, right? We had Orense and Moody on the wings, and then let's say Pollard or Mani comes off, Mapimpi goes on, right? Which means Mani takes that 10 jersey or Pollard, Lukania moves inside, Moody takes the outside center, and then Mapimps just goes onto the wing. Like a 5-3 split on the bench.
The problem with that is that Mapimpi doesn't offer enough. So let's say the wings are getting shut down the whole time, because Mapimpi scores tries with open try line. He's the South African Will Jordan. He can't do it on his own. And if the wings get shut down and then you bring on Mapimpi, what then? He's not going to add value. He's not going to step anyone. He's not going to give a chip kick and regather and score a miraculous try. He does open try line or nothing.
Yeah, but the point is not to bring him on to play him on the wing and see what he offers. It's more to give Moody opportunity on the wing and outside center. That's the way that I saw it.
I get that, but then you have to justify why he's on the bench. What's he going to do at the end stages of the game? If our wings are shut down the whole game, bringing Mapimpi on would be the biggest waste ever, unless you put him at center and hope there's a gap.
Yeah, fair enough. Would you rather start him and have Orense on the bench then? That offers you more.
I'd rather, I'd start Mapimpi, because if he gets shut down the whole game, at least you bring on an Orense that can at least try and make something happen out of nothing. Mapimpi's not going to make something happen out of nothing.
Yeah. Brevin, do you think we go 6-2 or 5-3?
5-3. I don't think we need a 6-2 for this type of game. No disrespect to Argentina, I just don't think it's needed.
Yeah, makes
sense. If someone
sense.
says no disrespect, they mean disrespect.
No, because someone in the comments will be like, "Oh, these arrogant sappers, they think they don't need 6 forwards on the bench against." It's not about that. I just think that our forwards are more than capable to get the job done if there's only 5 on the bench.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, great. Wrap it up.
It's like someone saying, "No offense, but."
Yeah.
No offense, but I mean offense when I say the following. So I think that's us for this episode. Not a lot to actually talk about, but we rambled on for a good 30 minutes there. Are we happy with the squad that's going? Would you like to have seen somebody else in the squad? I know I personally would have liked if Willie could play the 2 tests against Argentina to get to 100. Same with Kwacha getting to 50. But that's the only changes I would have made.
No, the only one is because Brevan mentioned it, earlier episode was like, I thought it would have been interesting if we had a surprise entry of Cameron Hanekom there. Like, I don't really know if I would have fitted him in, but just the fact that he was going kind of builds his confidence, gets him training with the guys. I think that would have been cool to see. But I'm not going to sit here and soak or anything about it because, like, even if he was there, I don't think I would have played him. Because I would rather play Ben Jason Dixon and get his confidence back.
Yeah, I don't think... I think Hanekom needs a few more games, especially just with the Bulls Curry Cup. We're at the point now where it's semi-finals of the Curry Cup, so just let him play out the Curry Cup and let him come in November.
Do we think Sia starts? Or do we think he even plays?
I think he has to.
If we're going 5-3, Marco van Staden surely gets a game again. And maybe Sia's just there for like the captaincy, to have the captaincy and the aura there, if you want to see it that way.
You wouldn't risk not getting an operation just to be on the sideline and rah people up. You have Rassie for that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I do also want to say that Tony Brown is the only New Zealander that's unbeaten in this rugby championship so far.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, Brett, wrap it up. We're just rambling now.
Okay, Laka, thank you for subscribing. I saw all those clicks in this episode. I see to the future. And so thank you for that. And then hit the bell. So when our stuff comes out at 10 o'clock on the dot every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Exactly 10 a.m. SA time. And then you'll get a notification and you get to see us ramble on about everything we are good at. And that's talking unscripted rugby.
Yeah, also known as cock.
Bye.
Bye.